The beating engine, life in the Karangjati Ungaran industrial belt. The morning mist had yet to lift when the gates of the factories began to creak open in Karangjati, a once quiet township now reshaped by the relentless hum of machinery. Situated at the foothills of Ungaran, Central Java, the Karangjati Ungaran industrial corridor has become a vital organ in the economic body of the province, an engine of labor, logistics, and livelihood. From the flickering street lamps before dawn to the thunderous trucks at noon, this region never truly rests. It breathes with its own rhythm, mechanical, human, and unyielding. For those unfamiliar with its geography, the area stretches along the arterial road connecting Semarang and Solo, branching into networks of factories, warehouses, and transportation hubs. Once dominated by rice paddies and fruit orchards, Karangjati has, over the years, transformed into a sprawling industrial zone, home to textile mills, food processing units, chemical plants, plastic manufacturers, and logistics depots. The closer one gets to Ungaran, the more the landscape shifts, from the rural contours of Java into the jagged, metallic silhouette of progress. At sunrise, the streets begin to stir. The first to appear are the motorbike riders, thousands of them, pouring out from the narrow village roads like streams converging into a river. They are factory workers, office clerks, drivers, and warehouse staff. Some ride alone with a lunchbox strapped to their back, others carry passengers, shielding themselves with raincoats or bandanas against the thickening dust. Their faces are a mix of fatigue and determination. The road, often congested, reverberates with the sound of honking engines and grinding gears. Near the Karangjati junction, large trucks are already queuing to enter the distribution centers. Many of them come from the Tanjung Emas port in Semarang, loaded with goods to be distributed across Java. Others are outbound, heading to Jakarta, Surabaya, or Yogyakarta. Traffic officers whistle and wave, attempting to coordinate the ebb and flow of steel giants amidst a sea of motorcycles and vans. The intersection is chaos and choreography all at once. Factories come alive one after another. Conveyor belts begin to move, forklifts hum, and steam rises from food processing vents. The smell of instant noodles, plastic pellets, or baked goods wafts through the air depending on which cluster of the industrial complex one enters. In one factory, rolls of fabric thump rhythmically as textile machines churn at full speed. In another, drums of paint are mixed with mechanical precision, their workers dressed in jumpsuits and protective gear, moving in tight synchronicity. Inside these buildings, lives unfold. Young women in uniforms sit behind rows of sewing machines, assembling clothes that will soon be exported to Korea, Australia, or the Middle East. Nearby, male workers lift heavy loads, their shirts damp with sweat by mid-morning. Supervisors walk through the lines with clipboards, checking quotas and efficiency. Occasionally, a bell rings, marking break time, and hundreds spill out into designated rest areas, sipping tea, smoking under shaded sheds, or chatting in hushed tones about their families, loans, or the latest factory rumors. The Karangjati Ungaran industrial zone isn't just a place of production, it is a mosaic of human stories. Some workers travel hours every day from rural districts. Others rent small boarding houses near the factory gates, forming tight-knit communities. There are couples who met in the canteens and later got married. There are single mothers who work double shifts to support their children. Every face tells a tale of endurance. Every shift is a thread in the larger fabric of the nation's industry. Yet, beneath the productivity lies a set of deeper questions. Labor conditions vary from one company to another. Some factories provide full benefits, fair wages, and safety protocols. Others skirt regulations, exploiting loopholes and minimizing costs. Strikes occasionally erupt, quietly and then all at once. Placards are held up, slogans are chanted, some gain concessions, others are dismissed and replaced by fresh hands from nearby villages. In the midday heat, the industrial zone reaches its peak intensity. The roads darken with tire tracks. The sidewalks become marketplaces of their own, vendors selling iced tea, fried snacks, rice packs wrapped in banana leaves. A few provide phone charging stations and instant print services for ID cards or resumes. Life grows organically around the factories, adapting, surviving. But it's not just local life that pulses through Karangjati and Ungaran. Global supply chains are tethered here. Products made in these plants are sent overseas. Containers with "Made in Indonesia" labels are sealed and stamped every hour. Behind those simple labels lies the collective work of thousands, hands that cut, weld, mold, lift, and package under fluorescent lights. They rarely see the final product, never meet the consumers, but without them, the wheels of trade would stop. Logistics companies thrive in this environment. Massive warehouses store everything from electronics to fertilizer. Sorting centers for e-commerce giants like Tokopedia or Shopee process tens of thousands of packages each day. Couriers in orange and blue uniforms ride in and out with remarkable speed. The digital world relies heavily on this very physical, very human labor. As the afternoon fades, so does the momentum. Factory gates begin to open outward. Buses line up along the roadsides, waiting to take workers back to their towns. Boarding houses light up. Cafes, modest but lively, start serving early dinners. Steam rises from meatball soup, satay grills flare, and the scent of lemongrass and fried shallots fills the air. The day is not over, but it's slowing down. Ungaran town, not far uphill, serves as a spillover zone for Karangjati's workers. Some spend their off days there, escaping the industrial density to find fresh air, visit local markets, or hike in the nearby hills. It's a town that balances the weight of industry with the calm of tradition. Mosques call for prayer. Children run around in school uniforms. The mountains in the distance remind everyone that nature still looms, watching. Still, the expansion continues. New industrial parks are being developed on the southern edge. Investors from Korea, Japan, and China are negotiating for land. The local government, while optimistic, faces challenges: infrastructure stress, pollution, traffic, and land disputes. Balancing development with sustainability remains an ongoing struggle. The environment shows signs of stress. Drainage channels clog during the rainy season. Some streams have turned murky, their banks lined with waste. Air quality fluctuates depending on wind direction and factory output. Efforts have been made. Waste processing units, tree planting campaigns, and eco-certifications, but they are still not enough to offset the full impact of mass industrialization. And yet, people endure. Because in Karangjati Ungaran, industry is not just a sector, it is survival. It is a pathway out of poverty, a foundation for family dreams, a stepping stone for the next generation. For many, it is the only choice. And so, they wake before dawn, endure the fumes, follow the shift bells, and hope. Night falls. The lights of the factories glow like constellations scattered across the plains. Security guards begin their rounds. Trucks continue to rumble toward distant destinations. Somewhere, a janitor finishes cleaning the last corridor of a packing facility. Somewhere else, a young woman counts her day's wages, mentally dividing them for rent, food, and her siblings' school fees. The Karangjati Ungaran industrial belt is not beautiful in the conventional sense. But it is deeply human. It is gritty, relentless, and real. It is a place where people labor in silence and machines speak in their stead. A place where lives are built one shift at a time. And tomorrow, before the sun rises again, it will all begin once more.